I'm Amanda Hurley, and I started with the SPCA as a volunteer in July of this past summer. I moved to Texas, and I've always loved dogs, and I really wanted to get involved, mainly because I believe in rescuing and helping animals who need a second chance. I generally like to start when I volunteer as an animal handler. I like to get to the older dogs first because everyone can run to a puppy, but the older dogs, to me, deserve a lot of love and attention. So Penny was one of the first dogs I saw on that particular day, and she was just so sweet. She was blind. She is blind. But was completely happy and seemed unaware that she had a disability or that something would hold her back, because she was full of life and very confident when she was walking. And I spent time with her, and after the first day I wanted to come back the next day to spend time with her, because I felt I wasn't looking for it, but it was just an automatic connection, and I wanted to make sure that she knew she was loved. And by the third day, I didn't volunteer every single day in a row until I met Penny. And by the third day, I knew that she deserved a really good home, and I thought, who better than me? It was really my husband that saved Penny, because we've had Casey for 6 years, and he's a handful. So I didn't want to bring in a new dog unless he was completely on board. And I had sent him pictures, and of course he'd known I'd been talking about Penny every day. And I finally asked him, I said, what do you think? I want to give her a good home, and I think it's with us. And he said yes. And when he said that, I thought, oh goodness, now I'm really bringing a second dog into this house. Because if he had said no, I would have continued working with Penny and hoping that she finds a good home. But when he said yes, of course, everything changed. Since coming home, Casey's had to learn how to share his toys, and they both have an affinity for stuffed animals, preferably ones that have like long gangly arms, because they can play tug of war, and Penny likes to throw it up in the air. So I think their number one favorite thing to do is play with stuffed animals, and then number two would be try and steal the stuffed animal from the other person. When we first got Penny home, she lived downstairs on the first floor because she didn't really like doing stairs on her own because they're very steep. And so in the beginning, we kept the baby gate up to keep her safe from wandering into things or maybe falling down the stairs. And then when we were home, we would carry her upstairs and let her get to know this area or this level of the house. And after a while, we felt comfortable taking the baby gate away because she'd do stairs outside, so we knew that she was able to do stairs. And one day, my husband and I got back from the grocery store, and she wasn't on the first floor downstairs, and she wasn't in her room. And for like 2 seconds, I had a crazy thought that somebody broke in and stole Penny, which is ridiculous because I don't know, why would anyone come in and steal your blind dog? But I was so worried. It was like a crazed mother for a few minutes, and then Kevin was like, look up there, and she came around the corner and she'd gone up the stairs on her own. So I remember that day. That was probably a few weeks after we got her, and I was so excited, and we gave her lots of treats for that. And then after that day, she would do stairs all the time on her own. And then what happened probably 2 weeks later is, she wasn't on the first floor, which wasn't shocking. Then I got up to the second floor, and she wasn't on the second floor. And she'd gone up the third floor and was sleeping in Casey's bed with him, which is sweet because Casey likes his own space and spooks easily. But Penny has this way about her. She's so slow and gentle that she's probably the only dog that can get close to Casey and lay down, which is sweet. I think that, she likes feeling, having people or dogs around her, and for Casey, he likes the companionship, and I think she's like a little bit zen for him. I know Penny's senior, but I don't think about the fact that I'm not going to have her as long as if I had brought a puppy home. I think she's given us, my family, so much love that it really doesn't matter in the end, because we're better for having spent time with her and getting to know her. Because she really teaches you a lot. She does not pity the fact that she's blind, and that's really the approach now that we've known her, that we take. We treat her like any other dog, and she acts like any other dog. She just can't see.
It's getting bad.